as Wales take on Ireland here in London. Jonny Clayton goes off a big favourite, but I'm not sure it's quite as clear-cut as that. Let's see what the second most popular Welshman in the building thinks. Mark Webster. Good afternoon to you, Mark.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it is.
You agree you're the second most popular Welshman in the building, or it's a close match?
I feel I'm a bit more popular than Jonny, but people don't really know. Definitely not more popular than Jonny Clayton, but yeah, I don't see it as being as clean-cut as that. Steve Lennon needs this win to keep his talk, and he may get a reprieve even if he loses, because Martijn Kleermaker has said in an interview he's going to hand his tour card back, who's currently above Lennon, but there's still players who can leapfrog him even if that does happen. So for Lennon, take care of your own fate, win the match. For Jonny Clayton, needs a big run here because it hasn't gone to plan since that run to the match play final, and he's made the best possible start.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, Clayton came to the Alexandra Palace as one of the real favourites for the tournament. That was backing up the 2021 year of the Ferret when he won the Premier League, the Masters, the World Series of Darts finals, World Grand Prix as well, and it was a brilliant year that, and he came into the World Championship off the back of it really fancy, didn't he? It didn't quite work. He lost in an absolute barn burner to Michael Smith, as I recall.
Yeah, that represented the best form he's been in on an Ali Pali stage for me, and like you said, that game with Michael Smith was just ridiculous at times.
100.
But for Jonny, he comes into the World Championship this year not in his best of form. It's a decent start. Here's Lennon's throw.
81. Jonny require 121.
Well, the signature shot of the Ferret, 1-2-1.
57.
Does not go this time, and 163 will definitely not go. Bogey number. Steve Lennon.
They could make things awkward for Jonny. Jonny may only get one dart at the double here. Well, that's a brilliant setup from Steve Lennon.
Going to get one dart at double here, Clayton. Well, I say that. Not going to get any darts at double.
No, that's really careless.
32.
He'll know that.
Steve, you require 32.
Lennon hung around in the leg and teed up brilliantly. Just for a hold to throw in the opening leg of the match, and does.
On the first leg.
Settle for that, Steve Lennon.
Second leg, Jonny took home first.
Hashtag careless from Clayton. Cost himself a dart and a double at the back end there. And he went from being a very firm favourite to break through to losing the leg. And now an uphill battle in the opening set for the Ferret.
57.
Winner faces Krzysztof Ratajski, the remaining Pole left in the tournament after Radek Cyganski lost out to Raymond van Barneveld last night. Felt a little bit for Radek. Lost the match, lost his tour card. So that means he resets to 0. Because he'd had such a good end to the year, he was on about 25,000 towards the match play. That's not a million miles of getting off. But unfortunately for Radek, it's to start from the bottom, and he's off to Q School.
100.
Unless I'm mistaken, Lennon versus Ratajski was a matchup at the last World Championship. He beat Razman Ratajski and then lost to Mervyn King.
That was Lennon's best run at a World Championship. He was well beaten by Mervyn King.
61.
Something of a similar scenario at the back end of this leg, with Clayton on a long-range finish and requiring a setup shot, and Lennon not on a finish at all, but he can leave it handy, very handy. And Clayton here was something similar. 64 was bodged in the last leg, 62 on offer this time. He does get a dart at double. He misses it wildly.
Nowhere near. And Lennon with brilliant setup play again. It's a good start from Steve. Looking to dive into a 2-leg lead. And Scuba Steve does that. Brilliant start from Lennon. And we were worried about how the pressure would affect him, and not just playing for his place in the World Championship, but playing for his tour card. Early indications, he's dealing with it really well.
Two legs where Jonny Clayton has failed to take his chance and offered up an opportunity to Lennon, which he gobbled up with glee.
60.
One dart for the second leg. Jonny should have had a dart in the opening leg, but missed the big number.
59.
It's put Lennon in a commanding position.
And the darted double in the second leg was really equidistant between treble and double.
100. $134.
Looking good for the one-set lead here, Steve Lennon.
As Mark was saying earlier, it hasn't been the best of years for Jonny Clayton, but he had a nice patch in the summer when he reached the match play final and won the World Cup of Darts with Gerwyn Price, as Wales won that yet again, Mark.
Never thanked me and Richie and Barry for laying the foundations for them to just mop up, but no, they were excellent. Jonny was brilliant in that final, in fact, when they demolished Scotland, and it's his turn to set her. But will he get the errors from Steve Lennon? This is for a clean sweep of set one.
Number 16. Double 8 as he adjusts his stance. 3 missed darts for the set from Steve Lennon there.
There's the first little wobble from Lennon. Jonny to break back. Going to let Lennon off the hook. He has. More set darts incoming for Steve Lennon.
Jonny Clayton's missed his first 4 darts at double in this match. Lennon has also missed 4 darts at double, but he's hit 2. Can he make that 3? Almost busts. Bit of an escape. And that's half a dozen gone begging for a set.
Oh, what a mess from Lennon. Bit of a steal. Jonny splitting. And splits with success and gets the set back on throw. Lennon will be kicking himself and has to regroup. He had to regroup throughout his opening match with Owen Bates, was 2 sets down. Still has the insurance of having the darts in a decided leg if we go there, but won't be feeling too great about himself now, Rob.
No, half a dozen missed for the set, and not really the best strategy against a top 10 Aerosmith like Clayton. World ranking high of number 7 during that purple patch in 2021, and still ranked within the top 10, Jonny Clayton, despite a poorish year.
140.
Now, can Clayton make the most of his reprieve in the opening set?
Jonny was a quarter-finalist last year.
140.
Some comfortable victories over Danny Van Tripe and Brendan Dolan, and a real battle when he defeated Josh Rock before eventually losing out to Dimitri Vandenberg.
And that was a grueling game as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was opportunities missed by both players. Jonny had darts to send it to a deciding set.
83.
Vandenberg
161.
just clinical enough to reach the semi-final.
Will he go for this? Will you, Jonny? Well, he did, and he hit the 25, and that means he'll be coming back for a 2-dart combo, and Lennon is nowhere in this. So all things being equal here, we're going to go all the way to a deciding leg in the opening set. Lennon knows it should be done.
If Lennon goes on and loses this leg, which he will do if Jonny converts the double 8, and he has done, and loses the set, he'll find it hard to recover. He was brilliant up until the point of having set darts, Steve Lennon. And there's some nerves in that first dart. Brilliant switch, though.
96.
He's got the consolation of having the darts in the decider. Clayton, the Ferret, has got his teeth into Lennon's ankle here now. No mood to let go.
He's tightened up, Steve Lennon. Evidence in that visit there. Could have wrapped up set 1 with pretty much a ton-plus average. He's now dropped below 90. And Jonny is making hay.
140.
Doesn't get him to a finish, but keeps him interested here, Steve Lennon.
If Clayton comes up dry here, well, he hasn't.
100.
The signature shot is left. Lennon cannot go out, but he can leave something very handy, as he has been doing with his setup play. 85 is left. Hunting the
95.
treble 15 to leave tops, but it's a 2-dot combination if Clayton does not take out his favourite finish.
Not going to.
44.
Not leaving it particularly handy.
Steve, you've acquired
More opportunities for
70.
Lennon. He's missed 6 for the set.
Should
In
get
that
at least
3.
another one here, Mark, shouldn't he? Hopes to get 2. Will only get 1 dart at double, but it will be his 7th attempt to win this set.
50.
It's not lucky 7.
Jonny, you acquired 77.
Johnny's setup wasn't great. He may only get 1. 18 for tops. For the set. It would have been a steal. More set darts incoming for Lennon, but he's missed 7 already. This isn't going to be a routine double 10 for Lennon.
Steve, you've acquired 20.
Taking his time, doing the right thing.
And as long as he can keep the missed set darts in single figures, he'll win it. And he has won it. It took him 8 attempts to win the set with those doubles for the set for Steve Lennon, but he has taken the opener against the Welshman. That was a torrid affair, really. Clayton is behind. Steve Lennon in front, but he looks like a man as he goes off stage that thinks he's losing, but he's one up. You're one up, Steve. Don't shake your head. Lennon Clayton continues in a couple of minutes. Welcome back to the Alexandra Palace. Steve Lennon against Jonny Clayton, and it's the Irishman who's out front early doors, having taken the opening set. He made heavy weather of it. He missed 7 darts to clinch it, but eventually got it done, and Jonny Clayton strolls off stage there knowing he's got a job on here. He's lost the opening set. Earlier on today we saw an astonishing performance from Richard Veenstra, who won all 9 legs against Kim Huybrechts. In a belting battle between Ridge and Pietreczko, which Pikachu won, and still to come, Daryl Gurney will play the bronze Adonis, Steve Beaton. And then look at tonight's action. Rock, Bunting and Aspinall are all on the stage at Ali Pali this evening. Just a terrific double session of Arras action here in the World Darts Championship. Set 2, Jonny Clayton has the darts and work to do, Mark Webster.
He certainly has, but he deserves to be a set down. Lennon should have wrapped that set up earlier. Clayton played some okay stuff in that set. He will be a bit disappointed that he didn't even get an opportunity to break in the open leg when he missed the big number. Lennon just about held himself together in the decider. Clayton's set on throw. Started the day with 7 seeds already gone from the tournament. It's now up to 9. The first 2 of the 2 matches have gone today. Huybrechts, then Ridge. Clayton needs to dig in here if he's not going to join them.
140.
Decent start to the resumption. Possible 12-dart leg for the Ferret.
140. Jonny require 100.
And for Lennon, to be fair, though, his chance is less obvious than Clayton's 1-2-4. The bullseye!
99. Steve, you require 161.
Outside chance. A 12-dart leg. Oh, it's on now. Treble 17 for Lennon, and he gets it. His attempt at the bullseye. And just pulls that dart low. Both had a dart at the ball for the opening leg.
The clean-up job starts. 9 for double 8. Well, he cleans up beautifully.
Second leg, Steve the Ferret.
Jonny Clayton looking to right the wrongs of that opening stanza.
Yeah, there were concerns for both players coming into this match. Steve Lennon, obviously, knowing he's got a bit more on his plate in terms of having to just win the match but keep his place on tour. Jonny's just not being in good form, but they're both playing well. Average 95 plus for Lennon, call it up towards 98 for Jonny.
96. 95.
Rhythm looks good from Jonny as well.
59.
He's only failed to win his opening match of the tournament on 2 occasions. 2018, he lost out to Jamie Lewis. And the year after, he was seeded. He lost out to Dimitri
45.
Vandenberg, the same opponent that beat him last year. But otherwise, generally gets it right in the first round, his first match. Jonny.
129.
We mentioned Clayton winning the World Cup last summer. Lennon, a World Cup finalist himself with William O'Connor back in the day, and that is a lovely double 16 from Jonny Clayton, who looks to have found his range now on the return from the break.
Third leg, Jonny to third first. Game on.
In the blink of an eye, it's taken Jonny 28 darts to get himself in a position to throw for the second set.
44.
Best of starts there, though.
$100. $97. $100.
Lennon looking to prolong the set. Some turnaround, he need a couple of breaks.
100.
Slight inroads here. 2 treble visit will give him an opportunity.
60.
Mark mentioned earlier that the winner will play Christoph Ratajski, and this is the segment of the draw that also features Rob Cross. Broadening the picture, the same quarter as Michael Smith, Ross Smith, Chris Dobey.
100.
All these quarters, don't you, Mark? I think, well, there's some good players in there. But that's the same for any one of the 4 quarters.
The biggest tournament in the world, you've got to beat the best to win it. Yes, some sections will open up in particular rounds, but at some point you will meet one of the big hitters.
85. Steve, you acquire 141.
Well, this is a long-range set-saving skin saver for Steve Lennon, but it's on double 12.
117.
He's missed a dart for a 161 checkout in the opening leg, and he's missed it for a 141 there. And then any more opportunities coming his way, or can Clayton wrap up this second set? Chase him round.
35.
Pulls it low. Opportunities for Lennon to prolong set 2.
The Ferret fumbling for a finish at the end, or it hopes to be the end of the second set. Lennon to stay afloat. A scuba skin saver on double 12, and he stays afloat in this set. Mirror image of the first set, where Lennon should have wrapped it up in 3 legs and didn't, and now Clayton should have wrapped it up in 3 legs and hasn't.
Lennon can really force the issue here. Hold throw here, and he puts Jonny Clayton in a really delicate position. Just rescued that visit with a last dart at the treble 19 there, Steve.
100.
8 legs have been completed, and both players have won 4 of them. And all the data here says this is a close match, what we've seen so far. Clayton's averaged 95, Lennon 93. 4 maximum split equally. Doubles, Clayton's missed 11 and Lennon's missed 10, so it's very even on all the stats, and if Clayton can win one of the next 2 legs, it'll be even on the scoreboard too.
93.
Good pick off from Lennon. That's 6 times to 4, as you mentioned. 4-2. Jonny leads. Hasn't played for a while though. Best part of 3 years.
100. $140. Steve, you require 164.
Well, we've seen these long-range bids almost succeed. This one doesn't get off the launch pad.
56.
That's for this set already, Johnny. How many will he get here? It's going to be just one minimum. So to level up in set tops, and he misses again.
Steve, you require 108.
Needed a green bit to leave tops.
84.
He's left in the end double 12, but it may not matter. It shouldn't matter. Double 5 as he chases round the board again, but eventually he gets there, and Jonny Clayton celebrates because he's levelled up this match. But it's tough going here. He had to work very, very hard for that set, the Ferret, but in the end he got his teeth into it and he's levelled the match. Jonny Clayton won, Steve Lennon won. Rejoin us for set 3 momentarily. In half an hour or so's time. The amount of time before that match depends on what happens between Clayton and Lennon, and it could go long here. It's one set all between the Welshman and the Irishman. Lennon took the opening set, Clayton hit back by taking the second, but very much in the balance mark, obviously, at one set all. How do you see it panning out from here?
Well, you'd think that Jonny Clayton would find a way to win the match. Seeded 9 in the tournament, to be more consistent than Steve Lennon, but it's a fair scoreline so far. Steve deserved that opening set. It should have been a lot more comfortable, and we've mentioned a few times during the game that Steve's got a couple of things to juggle here. He's trying to get through to the next round of the World Championship, but knows that his tour card's on the line as well. He's dealing with it well.
Those are the views of Mark Webster, long-time friend of Jonny Clayton. He's always impartial, Mark, we know. And Steve Lennon here with the darts in set 3.
Lennon just needs to keep it close.
100.
And it'll be Johnny that feels the pressure. Steve Lennon, who beat Ratajski here on the World Championship stage a few years ago. That's who awaits in the next round, Christoph Ratajski, so we'll be looking for a rematch. But work to do still here for Steve.
$100.
Well, just how close this match has been rather epitomised by this opening leg of this set. Because this is in the balance here as Clayton hunts a break.
120.
Treble. Oh, that is loose, and that will disappoint Johnny.
75. Steve, you require 150.
Good last dart that leaves single to double. I was just about to say, by going loose with the second dart, he may have lost that luxury of a single to double, but because he found the ball, it's 45 for a one-leg lead, and importantly, a break of throw at the start of set 3 for Johnny.
Double 16. Taken the opportunity.
Jonny Clayton.
Jonny Clayton now moves in front in the match. One set all, but 1-0 to Clayton with a break of throw. Advantage Ferret.
And unlike in set 1 when he created the opportunity to break, Johnny a lot more clinical at the beginning of this set.
Beautiful. Lovely construction of a maximum right there from Steve Lennon. Jonny Clayton's been a bit off key for much of the match, Mark, hasn't he? But he's managed to find the right notes on the keyboard at the right times in the last couple of sets.
Yeah, he's shown glimpses, hasn't he, Jonny Clayton?
100.
You have to credit Steve Lennon for the way he's performed. He was brilliant in set 1 and dropped his throw here in set 3, but coming straight back at Jonny, finding his third max of the match as well, Steve Lennon. And he's down to a finish after 9 darts. Clayton looking to lay up. A brilliant setup from Jonny Clayton. I was worried he's going to try and fill it up.
Jonny, you require 40.
Double top. Double 15. It's happening here.
Not been great on tops, Jonny, has he?
No. It wouldn't be his favourite overall, but you wouldn't expect to see him drifting into double 5.
For Lennon to break straight back here. 16 for the double.
52.
And you can see the facial expression from Steve Lennon. He's disappointed because that was a fair way off.
Double 4 here. Well, they were wild. I dread to try and calculate the cumulative distance by which they missed. Over a couple of inches, I would say.
Similar to that at double 16 in the opening set, wasn't it? A bit erratic on the doubles, Jonny here. Lennon's not being brilliant. Lennon has now missed 14 darts at doubles in the match. Jonny's missed 20.
We can tell you the numbers of misses. We can't tell you the distance they've missed by, but a lot of these are missing by miles. That's bang in.
Jonny Clayton.
And Jonny Clayton puts an end to the nonsense at the end of that leg.
Game on.
He's won 3 straight legs. I mean, if you miss darts at double, Mark, and you put all 3 of them right at the outside wire, you think, well, they were well thrown and they missed. But Jonny hasn't got that luxury. Darts missed at double 4, missed by miles, didn't they? You won't feel good about any of them.
Particularly the last one. The last one was a flyer. The scoring element is okay from Jonny. 10 140 pluses. And that was the strength of his game. He just used to grind opponents down with just the constant 140 hitting.
140 hitting and scoring play, and 121 finishing in the checkout phase. Very much his specialities. Oh yes. Oh yes, on delivery, on demand.
Lennon for the hold. Want a ball?
65.
Missed the ball on a couple of occasions in the match, Lennon, and happens again there. So an outside chance for Jonny for a clean sweep of the 3rd set. Wrong treble.
Well, almost a 140 scoring visit and a 140 finishing visit. Steve Lennon requires double 8. And right in the bottom corner. And still this set is alive.
And an opening in this leg already for Lennon. Poor start from Jonny. Well, doesn't really jump all over it, does he? He's got scrappy this set.
97. $57.
57
100.
Nervy leg, this one. And Jonny still can't find the treble. 12 darts thrown, and he hasn't got himself below 200.
By the same token, Lennon is not doing anything flash himself.
60.
They're both feeling it in this leg, aren't they? One big score will probably clinch it for one of them.
99.
Just about advantage Clayton.
Jonny require 130.
Derails the checkout bid in one dart.
43.
Well, that's the 18th dart he's thrown in this leg, Mark, and he's still on a 2-dart combination. So the best he can do is a 20-dart leg, Jonny Clayton. You don't see too many of those at the World Championship.
He's all over the place, Jonny. He's had 4 darts in the 5 segment, and he's invited pressure here, Jonny.
Going to leave a dart at bullseye.
56.
21st dart of the leg was a dart at bullseye. Lennon can wrap it up in 19, a 19-dart break of throw. Double 9. Still double 9. A 21-dart break of throw for Steve Lennon. Levels up the set.
Finlay seems to purpose. Game on.
And welcome to viewers on Sky Sports main event. Good time to join us here at the World Darts Championship. We've just gone into a deciding leg in the 3rd set of this duel between Jonny Clayton and Steve Lennon. It's a race to 3 sets. So whoever wins this leg will be 2 sets to 1 up in a race to 3. The biggest leg of the match so far, you would say. And Steve Lennon started it, so has the advantage.
100.
Has found a couple of trebles. Jonny Clayton through for the set and allowed his opponent to break in 21 darts to send it all the way.
85.
And he's drifting a lot into that 5, Jonny.
Well, now he's gone on the other side. He doesn't know whether he's hooking or slicing at the moment, Jonny Clayton.
Spraying darts.
99.
Lennon looking to capitalise. Averages for this set in the low 80s. It's been far from what we expect from these two. But Lennon is in a commanding position.
It's been mediocre at best this set, but it doesn't matter. It will still count 1 like all the others.
92.
That last dart was a biggie. It leaves double 16 for Steve Lennon, regardless of what Jonny Clayton throws.
134.
To lead again in set, Steve Lennon. Jonny's just got to hope for errors. He's missed 17 darts doubles in the match, Steve Lennon. Looks like a good guide. That has made it slightly awkward. Lets off for Clayton, but he's been less than convincing on tops. He's been chasing round 10s and 5s. Huge moment in this match.
Double 10. Oh. It's scarcely believable.
Steve, you require 16.
A mess this set's been. Lennon needs to hold himself together here. Missed 3 for it already. Looks plenty of room, and now it looks awkward again. He's crawling to the finishing line this set, and Lennon rarely gives you that bit of frustration. Fluffed his lines.
He's missed 13 set darts in the match in sets 1 and 3, Lennon. And Clayton takes the lead. Jonny Clayton takes the lead. Steve Lennon missed chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. And Jonny Clayton, in the end, managed to say thank you very much.
Fourth set, first line, Jonny to first.
Well, how was Jonny? Well, he kind of gifted it back to Lennon, and then Lennon put it on a plate for Jonny.
85.
Lennon, headspace will not be great now. So much at stake for Steve Lennon.
Well, it is the season of the year for giving, but these two have taken it a bit far. Playing past the parcel with that third set. Very much. To me, to you.
59.
And in the end, when the music stopped, Jonny Clayton had a seat. I'm not mixing my party games up there.
Jonny is going to be a threat in this tournament. If he can go on and complete victory here, he needs to start getting a bit more clinical on tops.
Jonny Clayton won't need me, or more pertinently you, Mark, to tell him he can't go far in this tournament playing like this. He'll know that, but that's not to say he won't play better in subsequent rounds. No, just because you played badly first match doesn't mean you played badly second match, does it?
No, I agree, and I think we've seen it with a few of the fancied runners in the tournament who've had to play well. We've seen upsets as well. Rob Cross, you mentioned, who was in this section, he didn't play like he can, but worked his way into the tie. We'll expect to play better. Here comes Lennon again. That's an absolute flyer. He's lacking composure on that outer ring at the minute. Steve Lennon, Jonny's as well, but he's getting away with it.
Well, that takes the missed darts at double in this match past 50 between the two of them. Double 12 for Lennon. And they keep missing. Well, it's getting to the point where you wouldn't trust either of them to walk up to the board and place it in by hand.
Jonny split this earlier in the match. Going the same route. And hits it and leads. 2 legs away from the next round. The averages in the 80s now. 86.5 Lennon, 88.5 Jonny. Missed darts at doubles is the story of this tie.
27 each, in fact. But when all's said and done, Jonny Clayton is 2-1 up in sets and a leg up in the next, so very close to winning this match.
134.
And at the end of it all, the only stat that will matter is which player got to 3 sets. Everything else is just an embellishment, that number of missed doubles. That won't matter in the final analysis.
93.
It's all about the W. Clayton's 2 legs away from getting it, but it's been that sort of game. Don't write Lennon off just yet.
100.
And gift him back and forth, these two.
And I think in post-match interview bingo, you can certainly have a square with a win is a win on it.
100.
It is what it is.
Yes, that too.
Counting's not Jonny's strong point. He may not want to try and count the amount of darts he's missed at a double. It'll just be a case of regrouping if he does go on and get this done.
And Steve Lennon will be furious, and he's every right to be. He's missed so many chances. He missed 7 darts to win the opening set before he actually did win it, and he missed 6 darts to win the third set before he actually lost it.
Saw the wire move slightly there. Going the wrong way, Lennon. Oh, what is going on?
Jonny requires 72.
28 darts. So 30 darts missed at a double in this match for Steve now. Jonny to go one away.
37. Steve, you acquired 40.
Double 10. Any takers? Double 5. Anyone at home there? No.
35.
And Steve Lennon, he's missing them in great clumps of 3, isn't he?
Jonny, you acquired 35.
But Jonny going into the 5, he's got to burn a dart here. 3 out of 19. There's the 3. And there's the double 16. And he leads 2-0. And he looks... Well, the expression is bewilderment. All the opportunities Lennon's give him, and surely now it's Jonny Clayton who's going to go through. Steve Lennon
Third leg, Jonny the Ferret.
will know where this has gone wrong for him, for Jonny Clayton. Another one in that interview, maybe. It was one of them.
One of them, yeah. There's been 3 legs in which Steve Lennon has missed half a dozen darts at double.
74.
And lost all 3.
The damage was done for Lennon, you're feeling, at the deciding leg of the 3rd set. He doesn't seem to have recovered. Well, he hasn't recovered. He's going to keep chipping away with his 4th max. But it's Clayton's to lose from here.
The rest of Steve Lennon's performance has been pretty good. 23 ton plus visits, 7 140 pluses, and the 4th maximum there, as Mark just mentioned. But until they change the rules of the sport, hitting and missing doubles will always determine the outcome of darts matches, and we're seeing just why here this afternoon. Well, this would be a great way to finish, but it's not going to be a finish. It'll be a setup.
It would have been a rare moment of quality, wouldn't it?
What price the ironic 164?
I'd be amazed.
Would you?
Prepared to be amazed.
Would you?
Lennon for a 164 and to stay in the World Championship and to stay on the PDC Tour. Clayton with some match darting coming.
And Jonny Clayton wraps it up. And the celebration is loud and vociferous. That was a grueling struggle against Steve Lennon. It was a missed double-a-thon, with the 2 players missing over 50, between over 60 darts at double between them. But in the end, that doesn't matter to Jonny Clayton, because he's got through and he's beaten Steve Lennon by 3 sets to 1.
Yeah, for Jonny Clayton, it just means a lot to him, the victory. He won't dwell on that performance too much. For Steve Lennon, his place on tour in jeopardy now. He may get a reprieve. Talks of Martijn Kleermaker not taking his place on tour. He'll have to ponder that over the coming month. But for Jonny Clayton, it's, well, I was going to say good enough, but it's a win. There's a lot of improvement to do, but he makes his way through to the 3rd round.
Well, he's got through. He might wonder how afterwards, because it's been a really tough afternoon at the office for the Ferret, Jonny Clayton. And the big stat of those ones down the bottom, all those missed darts at double. But in the end, as we say, Jonny Clayton has got through, and that